choices are made. This is how. Salute. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Sunday. Y'all already know this is another edition of the Are You Locked In Magazine. This is definitely issue number 20. We got a superstar in store for y'all. So please go get yourself some refreshments, some beverages, so on and so forth. Elevated salute. Appreciate you for pulling up. Listen, we got a good one ahead. If y'all are hip hop historians, if you really mess with hip hop and the authenticity of what it takes to make it in the rap game, this episode is for you. This the person we're about to do this, he's a legendary, iconic figure. Just luckily, that's one of the teammates, that's one of the family members, that's an individual that has held us down on numerous occasions. He done took us to multiple radio interviews and different shows and where he shouted, not only the Ralphie Kids, but Super Tribe Lola. He shouted us out on major levels. He is responsible for my song, the Surviving the City Inside the City book. He did the song for the book, man. Without further ado, I'm gonna make sure that I'll give this person their just flowers, man, because again, for years he's been holding us down, and I want to make sure that he get his just credit, man. So without further ado, man, introducing to y'all the one and only, the legendary Lovox Sharpe, man. Salute.
Yes, sir.
Salute. Box was good, man.
Salute. You already know it. Too fly to show it. You already know it.
Listen, a lot of people don't understand, right? So before I get into your interview, before I do any of that, I got to make sure. Y'all know before we start on the show, I like to always pay homage to those individuals who came before us. All of them, if you have anybody that's sick or anybody who passed away or anything like that, we take a moment of silence to commemorate their lifestyle, to commemorate them, and to make sure that their legacy lives on. So we're just going to take a brief moment of silence, and then we're going to get on with the show.
Yes, sir.
Salute. That's for all. There's so many. It's too many to name specifically. But again, Box, you've always paid homage. You've always
what it's all about.
Been a trailblazer. And what I would like you to do is introduce yourself to the people. For those who don't know you, let them know who you are, what you, so on and so forth.
Yeah, I'm Lovox Sharpe. You already know it, the poet. You know what I'm saying? The Chancellor of Chaos. You know what I'm saying? Your Grand Vizier who gets busier. The leader of the true school. You know what I'm saying? Too cool to be a fool. And representative of the ULL, Lovox Sharpe, live and in flesh. Trinity born, sitting upon the throne. You'd already know it.
No doubt, we see the jewels, we see the wares, Now, before I jump into any of these questions and any of these other things, right?
Right.
I'm gonna let you know, like always, we do have something special that we're gonna present to you midway through through this interview. It's something from our platform to you. Do with it as you please. It's for you, so on and so forth.
And I just want to make sure, can you hear me correctly? I'm in the studio.
Yeah, we definitely can hear you. We definitely can hear you.
Okay, good. Let's make it sure. All
right. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Let's get this rocking and rolling. So let me jump to these questions real quick. What's good? Man, this is by far. Let's start right here. When you hear the name Lovox Sharpe, what does that name represent to you personally?
Oh, musical messiah, a messiah of music. The name Lo is my government name, Lo, and it's the attire that I always love the most, Lo. Vox is a word that means voice in Latin. So the Lovox, like the Magnavox. And Sharpe is just inherited from my family musical name. Whenever I want to do anything, I think about myself, I'm the sharpest. So Lovox Sharpe, you know?
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Where did the foundation come from?
Trini. Foundation come from Mother Africa and then to Trinidad. And my family is steep. My pops and my moms is musical lovers. My pops play music. So it come right from the root.
No doubt. Shout out to Harold G. the Net Man, another musically inclined, uh, fantastic at the music. I'll play some more music later on. Who
Yeah. Shout out to my pops, Ian Joseph. Shout out to my mom, Marilyn Joseph. The best. I couldn't ask for more.
No doubt. Who or what shaped your mindset early on?
My family, my uncles being who they were, my grandmother being a matriarch of the family, somebody who was just a patriarch of the family, like a pillar of my family. She worked in the orphanage. She was a giver. She was known as Mama, Tanti Nan, Mother Nan. Everybody knew her. So from that foundation, having a foundation like that to look up to, it really shaped me from a young age. And that goes for all my cousins too. Iron sharpens iron.
Was there a moment in your life where you realized I gotta move different than everybody else?
Absolutely. To whom much is given, much is required, So I desired a lot. I had a lot of ambition at a young age. And thankfully, I had mentors like you brothers, and other mentors in my life like Jati and, older cousins and stuff like that, like Curtis, that really helped shape me and let me know like when I was going off track. It's easy to be older now and to act like you know everything and you made no mistakes. But I made a lot of mistakes when I was younger. Thank God for brothers like that, cousins like that, brothers like y'all who already been through it, because a few brothers is a little bit older than I am, and they helped shape me to know like, yo, you messing up right here, Lo. You know what I'm saying? You giving it away, Lo. It's easy and you messing it up. So that really helped me start to learn I had boundaries that I can't go outside of these boundaries. And it kept, every time I would go off course, I would remember one of these brothers or one of y'all saying something to me, and I pull myself back on course.
Okay. Now, what were the early lessons about respect, discipline, and standing on principle?
Oh, the best lessons is ass whippings. I get plenty. Patas early in the game, enough. We call those beatings in Trinidad, but they're not like brutal beatings. They're like lesson licks where you, like I talked about, when you going outside of the lane and they gotta bring you back in the lane. I got enough little kick on cuff, a little thump up to let me know that wasn't for me. This red skin does bruise easily. So I learned quickly, like, oh, I better have respect with my mouth or it's going to be a long day fighting this person right here. So, and then you learn too that, listen, I could take a whipping. So a person better not come out their mouth to me either, because it'll be a long day for you too. So, you learn these things.
Chat, I need, family, I need a favor from y'all. What I need y'all to do is just drop what city y'all tapping in from. Wherever you tapping in from, type it in the comment section. This way, we all can connect, we all can network, so on and so forth. Because being from New York, one thing we do is we got out of town. We got out of town early at a young age, and different parts of the world that we tapped in from, we always came back and always go back to the roots, to the block, as you should say. So just tap in and where y'all tapping in from. We got NC in the building. We got Texas in the building. Mansfield, shout out to y'all. So we got, quite a few people all over. Box,
Yo.
I know you, from New York and so on and so forth. But where's some other places that you laid your legacy at?
Maryland, the DMV, Washington, D.C. is one of my areas that I hold sacred in my heart. You know, besides Trinidad, Tunapuna, which is the foundation, you know, big up the East Corridor. Shout out to Exodus. Shout out to my godson, my Uncle Horse. You know, shout out to my whole family over there on the Eastern Main Road, the Exodus Steel Pan. You know, they're the champions last year and they're the champions this year right now as we speak. So shout out to my foundation in Trinidad, right? St. Augustine, the whole East, Tacarigua, Arima, El Dorado, you know, Maloney, you know, that whole area going all the way to Grandy side, Toco, all the way up, you know? So I represent from there. And then, of course, Flatbush is home, Nostrand Ave, NA Rock. You don't know, you know, New York Avenue, Tilden, you know, Crown Heights is home, you know, and from there, then outside of New York City, you have, like I said, the DMV area is very sacred to me. Big up Fort Totten and 12th Street, big up Georgia Avenue, New Hampshire Ave, bring up Howard University, Maryland University is where I got my name. I made my MC name out there. Shout out to Tracy Lee at Howard University. Shout out to, you know, Shane and shout out to, you know, my boy Neil and Mike, my sister, you know, people who went to the University of Maryland, the Terrapins. That was like home, my second home. You know, had a couple of people out there that was killer low wearers, you know what I'm saying? Like my boy Nuffalo is out there, you know? So yeah, I met Nuff out in Maryland. You know what I'm saying? He was low down out in Maryland, going to the University of Maryland. He's part of RLPC. Shout out to Nuff Low. And so, yeah, I give a lot of love out to that DMV area. And I still got peoples out there. Big shout out to the OHS Osceola High School area in Orlando, Kissimmee, Florida. Big up the West Side. Big up McLaren Circle. You know, big up Pine Hills, big up Miami, where my family lived at since 1979, you know, big up Auntie Wilma, Auntie Hyacinth, big up Jamal, my cousin Jamal, big up to Farah Malika, you know, that's love, that's the foundation, you know. So I got some places outside of New York, like I said, Florida, the DMV, North Carolina, right? And then you could take it up to Boston, Beantown in the house. Shout out to my Boston family. Yo, always 3 for the stripes forever.
No doubt. So, you know, being so well versed, right?
Yeah.
I know you from, you know, your music career, so on and so forth. What is some different milestones that you accomplished early on as far as like, did you ever work at like a radio station and anything like that? Any iconic things that we could tie Lovox to that the people might not know?
Well, one of the best first iconic things I was doing in my life was running with this clique called 5-5 Dynasty. And shout out to Patrick DeLissa and his whole crew over there on 55th. Rest in peace to legend. R.I.P. to P. DeLissa's mom. She just passed. Patrick is the first person to teach me to be independent. Prior to that, I knew about independency, but me and my crew, the Journeymen, we were trying to get signed by Elektra Records. I actually had a record deal with Elektra Records that I'm glad to this day that I didn't sign, you know, because I didn't know about the business. I didn't know I would be signing my life and my name away forever. So one of the first major moments in my rap career, my musical career, was meeting Patrick DeLissa, who encouraged me to become independent and to start learning the business side of the business, the music business, to know that I could do it myself. In fact, that's what attracted me to ULL, was that y'all got what I got, that you don't want to have ideas and just go sign with someone else and then they take your idea and control it. We can talk about that in depth with the Mark Echo situation, right? We can relate. Now, what ULL does is take their own destiny in their own hand, makes sure that they own their own property, intellectual property, and stuff like that. So Patrick DeLissa taught me that. That's the first major lesson I learned in this game. And it's why I've lasted so long. And it's also why it's taken so long. Because when you go the independent route, you are fitting the bill all on yourself financially. You're not dependent on nobody else. Nobody can control you. So it might take a little long.
No
If that
doubt.
answers your question.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Gonna, now for everybody who don't know, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hopefully I'll be able to play some of your stuff that you have. Let's see. Let me make sure that y'all can see this. All right.
So in other words, to add on, I'm a LLC, a legitimate LLC, like ULL is a legitimate LLC. We can hire people, right? We can give people jobs, right? We can help the community however we see fit, because nobody's got their hand in our pocket. Like you see some of these your favorite artists, you know, they can't speak up about certain things going on in Palestine and certain things going on around the world because certain corporations have their hand in their pocket.
All right, we're gonna jump into this song real quick. Let me see. Hopefully, y'all can, let me know y'all can hear this. I'm gonna stop the song right there. Right, you can go on YouTube. His songs, his videos is all available. Tap in. He is about to be featured on iHeartRadio. Look out for his interview coming up. iHeartRadio, that's gonna be real huge.
Shout out to
I'm
Big
just
Fence.
shout out to Big Fence and the whole iHeart team over there, man. We appreciate the love that they be showing us. Man, oh man, oh man. Listen, that song, right? And I'm seeing, R.I.P. Ski Black, man. I'm seeing a lot of individuals who put in a lot of work in this polo realm thing, right? So for those individuals who don't know, can you walk them through what the low culture was back then how it shaped hip hop and what it is now, like what we're doing now with the movement.
Well, I give all the credit back then to the Ralphie's kids, original, Dollar Bill Dave, Kenny, original, Ralph Lowe and G George, the originals, you know what I'm saying? Ralph Lowe, I do understand Ralph Lowe is part of that, that generation that came right under G George and them, after them or whatever. But Ralph Lowe is still an elder, an OG in the game, a pillar in the shit. Claiborne, Carvel Lowe, Buff Lowe, locked up, Panna, free Buff, free Panna, free these guys who really, RIP to Boosting Kev, right? You know what I'm saying? These cats really put on with New York City. Any kid that grew up in New York City, from junior high school, it turns into a fashion show. It's a ranking session. It's all about what you got. When you was 14-year-old kid, you don't have a car yet. You don't have anything else. The most you got is your sneakers on your feet, your jacket, and your gear. That's it. And New York is the home of that fashion hunger that they breed in you, that they actually diss you and hurt you and mess with you. If you don't have your shit official, I grew up in that era where you came outside with your shit, with your socks sleeping, and your nickname was Sleepy for the rest of the day. You didn't want that shit. If you even your shape up, if you had like that's why a lot of my Haitian brothers is the flyest now, because West Indians, us West Indian people, we had it the hardest. Our parents was not into you getting a shape up and a line up and marks in your head, but American kids could. They could go to the barbershop and get 3 parts in the eyebrow and all of that shit. In the 80s, we really couldn't. In the 70s, it wasn't normal yet. So our parents was really old school, didn't want us to really step out the bounds. So it's really brothers like FAP brothers. Shout out to Big Haiti Low, who don't do nothing but show love. And he's fly. Been taking money. You know what I'm saying? Ski Black used to swear by him. That's one thing I loved about Ski, was he would tell me who was who back then, before all of this Instagram and all of this social media shit. He used to tell me who was the business before this shit turned into fake clout and all of this. And he always gave props to Rack Low and Thurston Howe. He just said that it's certain things that they doing that they could do better to make and Ski was a man who didn't used to hold his tongue. So having FAP, and then I got the privilege, the honor of moving to a block with my cousin Dex. Shout out to my cousin Dex, who's so important. My cousin Kurt from East 19th. Big up my cousin Kurt, my cousin Dex, Jati. They instrumental in seeing my talent early and saying, yo, we can help you. And because they was family, my mom felt comfortable letting these people help me get my career off the ground. That's why I say my mom's is very important to what I'm doing, my foundation. So when the game, before the Instagram and the social media, you have people that are very on outside. It was outside. Big up the FAP. Big up the LP crew on Sullivan. They was outside. Big up to Big L. Big up to Big Born. Big up to Paris. Wherever you at, Paris. But if you still locked up or whatever, yo, big you up. These is cats that was outside. Big Zine. Big up the Colonel. These cats was outside. Preacher. Teacher. Teacher. Big up Teacher out there in Miami. He changed his life around. He was outside in 88. Outside. So what I mean by saying outside that way is the way that this new modern social media talks about being outside, they outside when there's cameras everywhere and you could fake for the gram. We was outside when there were no cameras around and somebody would drag you underneath a car where nobody could see you and dig your pockets if you wasn't official tissue. I come from that era. Literally having to step over and then you get in his pockets, Doug, and saying, yo, who that nigga? And they like, yo, you don't worry. You just don't want to be him. Glad you ain't him.
No doubt.
So in this new era, you got to give a lot of credit to Thurston Howell and Rack, who took, Thurston Howell used to be on a show called Lyricist Lounge. It was dope. Rack took the whole low life thing and curated it into like a professional hip hop movement. This is after you had the birth of the Rudy Lows who birthed certain shit, Face Low, Dollar Bill Dave, certain people did certain shit, Boosting Cav to birth the shit, and then Rap consolidated the shit and made it into a product. And Thurston Howell came home, saw that, and he joined. In fact, I'm the person who got the very first Low Life CD sold in Beach Street. I was working in B Street. Shout out to my B Street crew in the late 1990s and the early 2000s. I was working at B Street Records. Shout out to Tracy Green, June, Big Body. Shout out to DJ Goldfinger, who's a freaking legend. I've always been around dope shit before all the social media. I knew I was a star. I knew I was a superstar. I've been around superstars. So shout out to them. And then, like I said, Thurston Howell and Rap took it, consolidated it, and turned it into the new modern social media. And then here came ULL, who I love their style and their perspective in the game. They turned it into a business. So whereas we can actually economically grow off of our legend and our name and our dues paid. So I hope I answered the question somewhere in it. You know?
We got another one of your songs, well, tracks we're about to jump into real quick. Hold on, let me show this to the people.
Shout out to Nightcrawler. And shout out to Underworld Studio. A lot of my music was recorded. Yeah. Shout out to Nightcrawler. Shout out to Ron Q on the video.
Nightcrawler Studio. Real hip hop. Black spades, baby.
Shout out to Katie.
For the DJs and the dancers on the go, for the gangsters and the hustlers on the low, for the dope crowd that be so loud at the show, the ill kids with the ill skills like yo, for the DJs and the dancers on the go, for the gangsters and the hustlers on the low, for the dope crowd that be so loud at the show, for the ill kids with the ill skills like yo, see the feeling that I feel when I step in, still spell it out, ULL when I'm reppin', gamble with your life, I be low pro betting, 2 L's copy with my low pro weapon. I be there when you fall, I'm a leader when you call. The queen in Nefertiti like graffiti on the wall. A coast to my prayer, toast to my stick. Cops try to rush it, I'ma roast that pig. I'm a chrome on the throne with the phone or that. Zone no cat, cause you know where I'm at. Yup, I get drunk, but I'm never falling down. I just spit the truth like Judge Joe Brown. Subjects drown, run this town. Crime heights mom like an LP down with a low pro sound. Low pro sound, yup, slow box got the low pro crown. For the DJs and the dancers on the go, for the gangsters and the hustlers on the low, for the dope crowd that be so loud at the show, the ill kids with the ill skills like yo, for the DJs and the dancers on the go, for the gangsters and the hustlers on the low, for the dope crowd that be so loud at the show, for the ill kids with the ill skills like yo, for the MCs, DJs and turntables, graph writers, B-boys with gold cables, mansion in a yacht, life on throttle, peace to the money and the champagne bottle.
Again, I'm gonna have to cut some of these songs. I'm cutting them short.
Please do, because I'm gonna be performing them live. I'll be performing them live. So
listen,
you know,
I can only play a certain portion of the song, but y'all can go to his website. All of his songs is there. Just type in Lovox Sharpe. Yep. Believe me, he's been doing. Matter of fact, we shout you out every single morning. When I do the word of the day, we shout out, you being one of the content creators who you did my personal song. You did the song for my book.
Surviving
the City. We we definitely will have to play that one. As per se. But on that note, a lot of your inspiration, a lot of your pain that you put in your songs, right?
Yeah.
Where did it come from?
It's an immigrant story. A lot of my pain comes from my upbringing, not being accepted at first. When you're an immigrant, there's a lot of pain in that. There's a lot of rejection. You got to develop thick skin and you got to learn to fight for yours. And then the second thing is I've been through a lot in my life as far as relationships. I haven't always gotten them right. So I've been through a lot of pain in relationships and stuff. Thank God I've gotten it right now. But, in the past, I've been through a lot.
Let's drop this one more song real quick, and then I'll get right back into the your video. Hold on, let's see. Here we go.
It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
Yeah.
It's like a jungle.
Survive in the city, inside the city. We riding, conniving, no time for pity. Inside the gritty, street crime committee. From chapter to chapter, street crime, we litty. To link and deploy, to seek and destroy. The real boys up on Lincoln and Troy.
What?
Real life of a street boss, a steep course, read all about the G-Force. Team mad deep for cream, they pack heat from crack to back streets, they ran like track meets.
What?
Story of a hustle pro with the Buffalo skills, with the bills like the kids up in Buffalo. Trouble low, taking money in a bubble low. Legends on the dawns with a bar like double O. From SJP to Marcus Garvey, the story being told by the Chiplo Harvey. Survive in the city, inside the city. Look out now on Amazon.com. Yeah. Turn me up. Bags like the Hyatt with a cold cast diet. This book bring the drama like a crown heights riot. Quiet on the run till they pick up biz. They was the boosters, shooters, and the stick-up kid. Any block problem they solve it, son. Stay tuned real soon, cause this is volume 1.
If y'all want to copy the book, the link is in the description of my page. It's also be in the link in the description of the video. Go get yourself as volume 1. I'm currently working on volume 2 as we speak. But again, the music, the inspiration behind the book, that's Lovox. There he go. That's our musical genius. That's the individual that is spearheading. Between him and Los On, they're spearheading a lot of the music that y'all hear come from the
Thank you. Shout out to Los.
Definitely shout out to y'all too. I'm telling y'all put UWL on y'all back as far as music inside. Shout out to Big Boo too.
Right.
Y'all
shout out to Big Boo. Yes, Big Boo is the architect. Shout out to Reslow Classic. Shout out to Ajax. Shout out to Shabam. Shout out to a lot of people that I worked with. Shout out to Sean Lowe, did the tracks for us. Shout out to Nightcrawler once again, who did a lot of stuff. Shout out to my boy Vlad. A lot of MCs that came aboard to make sure this shit, started popping and rocking and rolling the way it needed to. Shout out to Reese Black, shout out to Ski, So yeah, Big Book played a major role in that.
That's a fact. So again, we're taking this time to give you your flowers now, being you're still here. A lot of individuals are no longer with us. We lost a lot of good brothers and sisters and so on and so forth.
Shout out to my boy Zekwe every time.
We got something special for you. Being that you put on for us so much, we got something just for you. Here we go. Where we at?
Crown Heights movement, Crown Villain, how you clowns feeling? This how we give it up.
Reach Black, the general, the titan, the cynical. Take out about 10 of you, a vampire's interview. Savage radical, return from a sabbatical. Make you just disappear and they won't even be magical. How it had to be, now your whole family's mad at me. Cause you ring your mouth and you move haphazardly. Know that I'm so tripe, I do it for low life. Marco Polo racing, dialing the cat mic. We that tight, so niggas better move and act right. I do it for Big Boo, where I blow clay black. We go way back and stuck and get you straight smacked. Vic Glow, rack low, bury me with the low on. To the end of days, and so on, and so on. I do it cause I can, I do it for the principle. I do it cause I know that the band is still invincible. You move like some bitches, pedicure, get your nails cut. Don't know loyalty, couldn't even spell trust. Real.
Salute me with 2 L's up. Listen,
the founder, you heard?
All of the marketing stuff, that's for you. You know, you can run with the cologne. You can all of the you know, you got the Living Legend Award. We put together for you because you've given us so much during your time with us and so on and so forth. So we appreciate you, man. Cold-hearted.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all too, man, for real.
But I do need
gotta
to
be said that a lot of people were scared to work with me because I'm too nice. You know, that's the sucker shit. Like, that's why I always love Biggie, and y'all remind me of Biggie. Biggie was a person who taught me never to be, he was never scared to share his platform with another dope artist. It sharpened his skill and it showed how dope he was. And Jay-Z did a little bit of that too. So, you know, I love that. So that's what made me, you know, really, truly grateful for Big Boo and you and Ski and Darkman. Shout out to Politics as usual, giving me one of my first interviews. Shout out to Darkman. You know, he's so important to helping me, you know, navigate. Shout out to Prance Low, Big Mo. Without these people helping me navigate, I wouldn't be able to bring this to y'all. They are the people that knew I was dope and said, yo, give Lovox a shot. Big Boo said, give Lovox a shot. Chip Low said, if it wasn't for Chip Low, you wouldn't have Rockin' Low. Chip Low is literally the inspiration. It's the conversations with Chip Low that birthed that song. So these brothers is really the reason why I do what the hell I do. It's too many real ones that don't get their credit. And I'm one of them. It's too many. Like, that's the whole point of Lovox. And there be too many suckers in the game that's not as fly, not as articulate, don't got as much gifted gab, ready to flab. You know what I'm saying? They don't have it. So the game is really misled. That's why these kids is out here following these clowns. So leave it to Lovox to bring, because Chip Low don't have to do this. He's a veteran with kids, grown up. You know, Darkman don't have to do it. He got kids in college. Big Boo don't have to do it. These cats have already paid their dues. But these are the brothers who really laid the foundation. I feel sincerely connected to that. And I don't want the youths to be misled by these clowns out here, these 6ix9ines and these frauds out here, you know, who claiming to be real and they not. And then you got some real ones like Pop Smoke, rest my son in peace, that was only like 19 years old because he didn't have the real ones like us holding him down, protecting him. We got to stick together. The youth got to be with the real OGs and the OGs got to be with the real youth. That's my whole mission. So thank you for Chip Low and them letting me get these platforms, because these little jits want to see this fly ass cat right here. They want to hear what Chip Low and Darkman and Big Boo and the real cats like Dollar Bill Dave, official tissue cats, got to say. You're not going to meet them without me. I'm the conduit. You understand? I'm the Brooklyn Bridge that's going to bring you into the real neighborhood. You don't have a pass to go in there. Chip and them ain't going to let y'all into the realness because they know the game has been infiltrated with fugazi and foolishness. You see what happened after I stepped out of the game. You see everybody start getting exposed. All these rappers one by one is getting exposed for being all about money and not really being about the culture and leading these kids to try. Shout out to D1, who's trying to tell the youth the truth. And he's a youth trying to tell the youth the truth. Shout out to the OGs that's telling these cats to put their flags down. And stop with this nonsense. You got real cats like Darkman and Chip and these brothers, Haiti and these brothers who did real time. They're not telling you to pick up a flag and go do it for the set and all this nonsense. So that's why you need a Lovox who's flying in the flyers, higher than the highest, living in the livest, and he gonna introduce you to the cats that really did it. Amen. You know what I mean? Yeah.
We appreciate you for that, man. Listen,
Word.
you know, as always, the one key thing I would say about any of these social media platforms or life in general, it's a key word you just said, like a lot of accessibility, right? I did that word of the day, accessibility.
Yeah.
Some people, when they get to a certain plateau, you don't have accessibility to them.
Right.
They're not going to be available at your dispense to gain knowledge from or get a good tip or pointer or how to get on your feet, how to save for your future and your family's change your family's welfare and so on and so forth. So while these individuals are here, take advantage of the time that they're willing to spend away from their family to help you and your family get what it needs to get. Not once have we, that I can remember, that we've ever asked for, a donation or a handout or like, that's not how I grew up as a taker. So
Right.
to ask for something, that was nowhere near my reason for doing what we're doing. We're doing what we're doing so that the youth don't gotta go the route that we took. Nobody wants to have a 17-year-old in the feds fighting for their life, coming home and then having to adapt to technology and a whole lot of, like, you go in, it was dial up, you come home, you got Wi-Fi. This totally different, time change. So some of us went away when they still had rotary phones,
Right.
and came out to, like I said, again, new technology and new ways of doing things. So with that being said, any young individual that's watching this that glorifies or glamorifies the hustlers and the street dealers and the individuals in hip hop who are singing and rapping about individuals who really was out there in the streets putting in work. Those rappers, a lot of them, they ain't lived that lifestyle. They heard of the lifestyle. They were around. They seen it through their windows. They weren't allowed to come play with us outside. That's a fact.
Yeah, New York is to add on, New York City is one of the first cities to have martial law almost, like where the cops had to come in and put cameras everywhere. You go to certain neighborhoods in Brownsville, you go up Pitkin Avenue, and you're going to see a big police light shining like a stadium bulb on this block right here all day, all night. You wondering, well, why are they doing that? You know why they're doing that. These is areas that if you caught walking down this block without that police light, you getting dragged under a car and your pockets getting dug. You might not even get drugged under the car. Ain't nobody coming over there on Pitkin and Strauss and Pitkin and Amboy. All right? And the precinct right down the block, they not coming for you. So we grew up in a different time. And like I said, you said something great also, which is like the access to the information. That's the reason why a lot of youths are being misled, and it's important for them to come and join the Lovox training, because the information you're going to get of how to survive the streets, go pick up the book, Chip Low on Amazon, Surviving the City Inside the City. A lot of cats, if you never, it works hand in hand. I then came down to the country to where them country boys down there in Florida is down there with the big long Impalas and the big 69 speakers in the back, 18-inch speakers in the back. I mean, you know, I came down to them with all the goals in their mouth and everything, and they hustlers down there. They'll have you believe, oh, we slow and we country folk down here. Oh, no, they not. There's gangsters everywhere. You hear me? And I learned that quick. If you think we slow, they'll play into that nonsense. You give them your money, they'll tell you, we coming right back, folk. You'll never see that person again because you sleeping on them, thinking because they from the country, they don't know, they can't be grimy too. And the same thing in New York. You come to a New York block fresh from Trinidad, and you thinking you could ride your little bicycle to the corner and think that cats is gonna be like, yo, shorty, let me get a ride, I'll bring your bike back. That's what happened to me. That's what happened to me. So unless somebody is there to tell you, nah, Lo, if you go down to that block, you don't let none of them cats ride your bike, son, because they not coming back with it. We don't even know where they from. They just hanging on that coast. So see, if you don't know the road code, you ain't gonna be able to survive the road. So that's why I said it's somebody has to be the liaison to bring you. That used to be like cats like Fab Five Freddy. Shout out to Fab Five Freddy. He was one of them cats that could move within the corporate game, and then he could still go hang out in Harlem, hang out in Brooklyn and Fort Greene, go hang out uptown in the Bronx, you know what I'm saying, by Bronxdale Projects, and he's soaking up all the real game, and then he could go downtown to Wall Street over there where they making deals down there and tell them all about it and get shit shaking and moving, and that's what I was doing. Shout out to my team at Viacom. You know, shout out to the great Miss Mimi Adams. Shout out to the great Lauren Lazen, who I learned from. And so I'm not really nobody you could play with. And neither is the crew that I represent. And that's same as the cloth of Rakim. Rakim come from that same cloth. He comes from Supreme Magnetic and Killer Ben and the real 50 Cents and all them cats. Yet you never hear Rakim rhyme about that. He always rhymed about positivity or killing an MC. That's as far as it goes, but never about no street life and you need to do this and that. That's how I grew up, and that's my inspiration, that I could be connected to the real streets, but I could do something to change it and make a positive in the street. Shout out to people like Papa Wu, who I liked, who used to move between both lives, between both worlds. Rest in peace to Papa Wu, forever rest in paradise. He's another one who I learned from, who was wise enough to move in the corporate world, and then he was wise enough to move in the streets also and make a change.
It's amazing how some of the time, some of the people that we were around, you know, at that time during that era, like when I was in the getting money phase, my ability to soak up information from some of these other individuals that was out getting money as well wasn't the same, because it was a dog-eat-dog world. We was more so, it was competition.
Yeah.
You know, you from that block, we from this block. It was a competition. So long as my family was being taken care of, I ain't really give a flying hell what was going on with your family.
Facts.
Whereas now, you know, more so, after you do time and you come home and you realize that, yo, I can have everything that everybody else got, and I could do it this legit way. Let me put my brothers from FA on. Let me put my brothers from KA on. Let me put NA Rock on. You know what I mean? Like,
right
now we're networking. We got these social media platforms. We're able to network at a faster clip, right? Not every time an individual, matter of fact, this is what y'all do, right? Go to one of them bigger platforms that you see doing decent numbers and ask them, could they interview you? What would it take for you to get an interview on their platform? A lot of them is charging.
Right.
They charging you, like, or they'll charge you to come to your platform. If they feel they lit, Oh yeah, that's gonna be 2,500 for me to make an appearance. Hour, yeah, that's 2,500 kid. You know, we're exposed. Well, I am exposing you to individuals who ain't gonna charge you. I mean, person ain't go. You know, they coming to. They're willing to help you.
Because, like you
And
said,
they
you
shape,
know,
form, and fashion, man.
it was easy for a drug dealer back in the days to give out free turkeys and to give money back to the kids because he was getting the money illicitly. So we learned from the convertible birds, and we heard the stories about, you know, the guy fishes, and we heard the stories about, you know, Black Caesar and Frank Matthews and these cats who have money and would come and bet on these games and just give out money to the hood. So we heard about the Robin Hoods. So we feel when you grow up with that kind of an inspiration, you know that you was once that kid that all you wanted was that knowledge. I don't want you to sell me your fish. Show me how to fish. I'll get my own rod and everything, but just show me how to do it. Like, let me see how I get my own fish. And that was what that when you, like you said, accessibility, you know, we wasn't able to touch, you know, Sidney Poitier or somebody like that in the 70s. You know, we wasn't able to get next to Harry Belafonte, you know, in the 80s or whatever. But we damn sure was able to get next to a Big Boo or G George. You know, we damn sure able to get next to a Big Daddy Kane or a Rakim and find out, yo, what, you know, what's good. And a lot of those cats in that era had a faith as their foundation. In the late 70s, Bob Marley was like the biggest thing on the planet. And a lot of us, like, hip hop was birthed in the 70s with the Bruce Lees and the Bob Marleys. But these are people that believe in giving back a philosophy to the people and not being just economic leeches. Bob Marley used to feed half of Trenchtown, if not the whole of Trenchtown. He was an international superstar, and he used to literally feed half of his community, his whole community. So these are our inspirations. Muhammad Ali was my inspiration when I was growing up, and he was the champ of the world, and he wouldn't have no big set of bodyguards or nothing. He'd get out and walk up and down Harlem. He'll walk through Africa. This is documented. This man was like the #1 man on the planet, and he was walking through normal neighborhoods, and nobody did him nothing. This is my inspiration. I want to always to be like Muhammad Ali. That's one of my inspirations. Be strong like him. I like how Mike Tyson is like that too. Mike Tyson came and carried on that tradition, being from Brownsville. And you would see pictures of Mike Tyson with convertible Burt. You see pictures of him with Demencio, pictures with him with Puerto Rican Jesus. Like, what is he doing with these cats? Scooter from, you know, the Poison Clan, which is a Flatbush Mafia clan that I'm going to talk about in my upcoming campaign coming up. So when you mess with Lovox, you getting a teacher, an MC teacher. Shout out to KRS-One. You getting one of these MC teachers. The way I could put it over for you, it will help you spark your mind, and that's what we're trying to do. Give back to the youth. That don't cost nothing. We all have a duty, each one, to teach one. We all have it. Unless you were 10%er, that's the difference, and that's what I loved about the 5% culture. The 5% culture, which taught you that 85% of the people are blind, deaf, and dumb to the truth. 10% of the population has the truth, but they keeping it to themselves. And then you have the 5% nature that teach the righteous people that come out and teach the dumb, deaf, and the blind. And I always felt like that was me. So it never said that you was teaching the dumb, deaf, and the blind and you was getting no reward for it. It just said that that's what you was doing. You was helping born light to somebody who was in the darkness. And I like that job. So shout out to ULL. That's what we do in the lyrical form. That's what we do in the hip hop form. We shedding light where there's darkness, and we helping the unfortunate. You know, that's what I'm all about.
I got one more of your tracks, one more of your videos that we're gonna bless the people with before we get up out of here. Watch this. This one right here, for me, was probably one of my, I ain't gonna say one of the favorites, but it took me back to an era where what's it? Once I play it, let's get into this real quick.
Okay. Shout out to Dollar Bill Dave, Boostin' Billy. Shout out to Miss Audrey. Shout out to B Slow. Once again, shout out to Nightcrawler.
Listen what he should have said. I'm a pro in the city. On me out like I'm Billy. Shopping bags with the Lizzies. Give me the look like I'm big. Suicides, cresses. Stadium P-Wing Herdies. On me out when I'm dirty. I'm cheering your store with no mercy. Macy's, Bloomies, outlets, Lizzie's, P-Wings, Teddy's, suicides, cookies. The henchmen they low like I'm Jimmy. RLPC like I'm Nick. Son, I go boosting like Billy. My little pro look a big. I'm a pro in the city. On me out like I'm Billy. Shopping bags with the Lizzies. Give me the look like I'm big. Suicide, Crescents, Stadium P-Wing Herdies. On me out when I'm dirty. I'm G in your store with no mercy. Macy's, Bloomies, outlets, Lizzie's, P-Wings, Teddy's, suicides, cookies. Henchmen they look like I'm Jimmy. RLPC like I'm Nick. Son, I go boosting like Billy. My low pros full of committees. Listen.
Go crazy.
Listen.
Shout out to Big Guns letting me perform that at the show.
Listen. I got pros in the city, fabrics and fly shit like I'm Billy. Shopping bags with the Lizzies, wake up and mention shit like I'm Ricky. Ultimate fashion shit, never purchase, I boost and I bag it. Then I post for the camera, immaculate. I got big boots off Brooklyn security, watch how I grab the shit. Macy's, Bloomies, Seam Low, killing with Lizzie's. Pop alarm in your cribbies, these kitties don't play no DT or no biddies. My boots is no pity, we up in your city. My henchmen will slap up your son like it's Jimmy. Clearing a rack, bagging the Lizzie. You looking for trouble, my eyes get busy. Pull up and I bag it. Low eyes pull up and they flag it. No boosters that run when they grab it. I'm running with Ruki and Frankie. We USA, I'm with me interstate. Cressy flag was the size of a dinner plate. Go to flag, the haters can really hate. Play my video, watch how they imitate. Get me eliminated. Yeah, I get loose when I flag it. I get juice when I bag it. LP tag it. Took it all when I bag it. The cookie crest when I flag it. And Skelly and tag it. Gucci shorts with them Lizzies. Pranzo with me, Bobby making with Ziggy. I be cracking them Lizzies, racking them Lizzies. For all of my niggas with Lizzies is Lizzies.
I'm gonna stop that right there. Like again, go to Lovox Sharpe, just type it in, you'll get all his music. Phenomenal, dope MC, great, phenomenal artist. One of the individuals who definitely hold us down. So we're gonna hold him down in return. Also coming up, we always pay homage. Like I always pay homage to all those individuals who gave their life or life was taken per se. So coming up, the Low Vest shoot, March the 28th. Y'all mark your calendar, man. We will definitely be in New York City on the block. I'm coming back to on our old block. We are hosting an event. This is to commemorate all the individuals who lost their lives. We will be doing a balloon release. We will be doing, have merch out there, food, music. Lovox is on definitely gonna perform. Man, listen, get your tickets. Early bird tickets, $15. Get your tickets for the Low Vest shoot. If you haven't already, please tap in.
We're not normal. Come on. We're done.
The Low Vest shoot, man. Get your vest.
March 28th.
The new vest coming out March the 28th for this year. We are in New York on St. John's between Utica and Schenectady on the old block, right next to Vim's.
Show them vest again. The vest is fire.
So the vest
Yeah,
Listen,
yes,
we
sir.
in the
I'm gonna have some
building.
merch out there. That low vest, you gotta get that. Ralphie's Kids is classic.
Yeah, listen. Matter of fact, I just seen him in the chat. Where Hustle Man at, man? Shout out to Hustle Man.
Okay.
Let me make sure. Shout out to Hustle Man because these Ralphie Kids medallions go crazy. Let me put it close for y'all. It's glittery. It's the chain. Shout out to Hustle Man. Customize. He gonna put this for the website. It take you right to the man. Listen. Shout out to Hustle Man for the custom jewelry, man. If y'all want to get y'all some custom jewelry made, shout out to Hustle.
Shout out to Hustle Man.
He in the chat, man. He the one.
You already.
Bambi salutes, man. Listen, Bambi remixed the book. She did a automated character book, comic book type thing for Surviving the City Inside the City. That is the family, man. Go support. Y'all show her some love. She really bless the family. Shout out to Auntie Mama. Auntie Mama is one of the first platforms that basically shouted us out when we was transforming from Super Trife to coming over to these positive, doing positive content. So shout out to her. I seen a lot of content creators in here. I seen Elevated. I seen Live Love Life, man. Listen, appreciate y'all for pulling up. Y'all do me a favor. This only works if you network with each other. The more you network, the more y'all connect with each other and go support each other's channel, watch each other, the faster it is for y'all to get, monetized and get your channel growing and so on and so forth. Or your merch, like y'all see, I got an Are You Locked In hoodie. Your merch, all this merch, the hat, the Ralphie Kids hat, all that, you can sell your merch without being monetized. Make sure y'all understand that you are your business. You are your key to success. Promote yourself. If you're scared to promote yourself, send me some pictures and I'll go ahead and promote y'all platforms for y'all. Promote your merch and all that other good stuff, man.
Right.
I will, anytime I'm doing a live, I'll do a commercial and I'll shout out your products and shout out to the Pizzaverse, man. We love the Pizzaverse to death. Again, there's been so many content creators that came through, that stepped through, that from Crystal's World to the Green Vegan to Haragina Net, to Calamity Jane. These are all individuals who are now monetized, who are doing their due, and we appreciate them. Let's see who else. We're getting shout out to Monique Powell, man. Super dope platform. One of the best. I would like to say one of the best loyal supporters a person can ask for. She by far carried this Are You Locked In flag and held it high, and we appreciate her for it. Who am I forgetting anybody? No, everybody else, y'all know. If you're in the bushes, shout out to you too. Shout out to the home team. Shout out to Real Odds and Even, dope platform. Definitely the home team, man. Y'all tap in to Lovox Sharpe, the honorary guest for this Are You Locked In Magazine. By far, listen, y'all might want some intros and outro music. Tap in with Lovox Sharpe. Listen, I'm talking about a fire intro, a fire outro.
That's right. That's what I do. That's right. That's what I do.
Imagine hearing your name in songs, hearing your lifestyle. Listen, y'all. Let me tell you how deep this get. Right. So my mother, she passed away. Right. So
rest in peace, Mom.
Is dedicated to my mother, and guess who? Name is all up in the song that he made for me. My mother name.
That's right.
Like you can't buy stuff like that. You can't. What
That's
that
right.
means to me as a person, man. Listen, tap in, reach out to the public. Like Box, listen. Chip said, whatever the case may be, tap in. who's this? I see Home Builder Services. That is, I know that's another platform. Shout out to them. That's the home team. That's they got two platforms, but shout out to them. Go tap in with Home Builder Services. That's the home team. Tap in with both of their channels, and get them popping. Let them know we sent y'all. Listen, it's Sunday. We're about to watch the All-Star game. Before I let you go, bro.
All-Star weekend. All-Star weekend. And it is Trinidad Carnival weekend. You dig? It's Trinidad Carnival weekend right now. So it's very, very significant for me. All right? So it's All-Star weekend. You see the star, you know what I mean? You see the shield, you know, you see the stars, the stripes. It's Olympic time. It's time for ULL and Lovox Sharpe to bring y'all quality events, quality merchandise, quality music, quality curators, quality interviews. So, you know, it's a one-stop shop here. You come through here, and from us, you can meet other people too. Perfect Appearance Barbershop, your First Impression Barbershop on the Junction. Those are two of my homes. You need a cut, come to us. We also got crews like Class One, you know. Chip got his Soundman brethren, them. We got Soul Supreme, we got Addies, we got Kilimanjaro. You know, these are all our friends. And we're going to have a big clash coming up. Shout out to Retro Sundays. Shout out to Top Notch Inc. management crew. You know, shout out to Vaughn. Shout out to, you know, all the artists, Voice, Lyrical, you know, all the artists, GBM Productions, GBM Neutron, Eisma Squad. That's the crew I'm rolling with. So, you know, shout out to Polo Depot. You know, these is people that's family. So we all about that. Through ULL is an umbrella. From that umbrella, you're going to find other entities in this fraternity, in this culture that can help you. You know what I mean? And we can all work together to build it up and make an even better community. Now that we got rid of all these gatekeepers, we trying to get rid of all these baby oil bandits and all of these, you know, these Epstein gatekeeping garbage people that we've been telling y'all was out here, but we was looking like the crazy ones when we was telling y'all that the baby oil bandits is out here and the gatekeeping, and we've been telling y'all that the secret society and the Illuminati want your mind, soul, and your body. We've been telling y'all that. Malachi Z. York, shout out to brother Shahid Shahnooky, my whole DPS crew. Shout out, we've been telling y'all. So you, in order to find the truth, you got to seek it sometimes. You can't just let them serve you everything on a platter because they're going to serve you poison. So shout out to Chip Low, shout out to Lovox, come to us, and you'll find even more entities that are of quality, you know?
Before I let you go, my brother.
Yeah.
Because you a hooper like I'm a hooper, right?
Yes, sir.
So I'd like to know, you know, we need to put you on the record. Who gonna win the All-Star game, the East or the West?
Oh, you know I'm going with the East always. I'm East till I die, you know. But shout out to whoever wins. They don't do the All-Star games and none of these entities like they used to. So shout out to like Queen of Harlem and Balling in New York and all my people who throw tournaments in New York City. You want to see real basketball skills? Like I said, through me and Chip and through brothers like us, you will be allowed to come across the bridge and get authentic food, you know, like food with green seasoning in it, thyme, you know, real tamarind sauce, pepper sauce. We giving you the real food, not when you cross the bridge and you getting everything processed on the Manhattan side over there where everything is processed in Starbucks. No, we talking about bakes and things. We talking about Spice Island. We talking about, you know, Silver Star Restaurant and Golden Cross, them kind of thing, you know. So like you could get the actual peppers, you know, you could get the actual, you know, jerk seasoning in your food. We are that. We're the actual, we're not the Kool-Aid. We the actual fruit from the tree that you taste in the mango juice. Yeah, we got the juice. Shout out to Sir Juice. You know what I'm saying? That's us. So anyway, in a nutshell, that's what we represent. You know, when you come to dealing with Lovox, you're going to deal with a more ITAL approach. You're going to deal with a more grassroots approach to things. Whereas when you deal with other people, it's going to be more processed and it's fake. You know, you come chill with me, you're going to meet the real G George. You know, you come chill with me, you're going to meet the real Super Blue. You know, you're going to meet the real GB. You know, the real people who actually doing stuff. You're going to meet the real one. Yeah. Salute.
Salute, Box. We appreciate your time, man. Listen, always, you already know our platform is your platform. You know, you the home team. Again, let people know where they can find you at, on what platform, so on and so forth. This way, you know, if they want to do a collab, or if they want to, you know, reach out to you for that, to have you come on their platform, whatever the case may be, so they could get a hold of you.
Yeah, I'm on IG. I'm on all social media platforms. I'm on Facebook, Lovox, Lovox, Sharp as in Paul, E as in Edward, Lovox Sharpe with an E. I have to clean out my ear to make sure I'm talking to you crystal clear. You hear? Yeah, Lovox Sharpe on IG, Lovox Sharpe on Facebook, Lovox Sharpe on X, Lovox Sharpe on LinkedIn, SoundCloud. My website is www.lovoxsharpe.com. My YouTube channel is Lovox Sharpe. You can also find me at www.universallowlifes.com, which is the family. That's ULL. You can find me on those pages as well, on Facebook, anywhere. I'm on those platforms too.
And as far as your music, where can people find your music?
Yeah, you can go directly to any one of my Instagram, my YouTube, or you can go directly to my website, lovoxsharpe.com. Go directly to lovoxsharpe.com and you can download my music or whatever. If you're on IG and you want to attach any of my music to anything, just type in Lovox Sharpe, one word, LOVOXSHARPE. All my songs come up. All you have to do is hit the music icon just before you load your picture. It's a little icon on the side that pops up with the little musical note. Just tap that. When it comes into the feed, you know, just enter my name in there and all my songs pop up and you can add rock and low. And that's another thing that I would like to see more of in our community. We make these songs, we make these clothes, we have these events, and yet you still, no matter what, will have individuals that will ask, you know, what's going on and how did I miss this and how do I do that? So that's why I tell people I keep going, because you fail to realize there's somebody on my block who don't know me, on my own block. You know, you never know who's going to be a new fan. How many, you could get a new fan every day. It's business. You open up for business and you never know who's going to come into your store, you know, to contribute. So I always tell people that's why I promote my music all the time. Some people might wonder, well, why? Damn, he made this song so long ago. He's still promoting it like it's the first time, because you'll be surprised how many people actually know me and have not heard some of my music. You know what I'm saying? So I make it a job of mine to keep promoting Ralphie's Kids, keep promoting ULL, keep promoting, because you never know who that next person could be. The next person to like my music could be Ralph Lauren himself.
Yeah,
The next person to want to get involved with ULL could be Damon John himself. So I never stop.
Before you go, is there any future projects that they should be on the lookout for?
Yeah, my soca project out right now. You see the accent done change up instant. Big up Exodus, my family winning Panorama once again. That's 6 titles all in total, 2 in a row, back to back. right? So that's steel pan music from Trinidad and Tobago, which is the root of calypso music and soca music. I have that album dropping right now. I got the single out called Not Normal. If you're hip to me, you've heard it. If you're not, you probably still heard it. We not normal, I tell you, we not normal, I tell you, is bad behavior, mad behavior, mad behavior, you know? So I have that dropping and a next tune called, she tell me that I's a boss, but she love me tambourine sauce. I'm begging for more, of course, but she love me tambourine sauce. Yeah, she ballin' who vex loss, but she love me tambourine sauce. And don't matter what it costs, but she love me tambourine sauce. It good for Sahina, it good for Palori. Yeah, so that coming. And then I have the song with Philo coming out. Me and Philo got something hot dropping early this year, first quarter. Me and Facelo got something dropping early, first quarter. Facelo coming out strong this year with me. Me and Ajax and Mateo Getz in them got something dropping, before the year is up. So it's a lot of projects that I'm going to be working on this year, dropping a lot of work to reinstate and reinforce on y'all that all these bozos who was biting my style and claiming that they got the profile was really just wicked and wild and did not have the style down, put the profile. I'm the one, I'm the leader, I'm the messiah of the music right now. And I will be back this year, we'll be forward this year to solidify the ULL and the Lovox Sharpe flag. I have nothing but hits dropping in this first quarter right here. So stay tuned. We're going to let them know with the music that we are the ones.
We're going to play another one of your videos, quick, fast, on the closing, and let people just get a glimpse of how you giving it up.
Yeah. Woo! Yeah. First flight. Shout out to Sean Lowe. Shout out to Los Lawrence. Shout out to Big Boo putting this together. Shout out to the annual barbecue that we have in North Carolina every August. That's where this is filmed. Shout out to everybody in the video. B-Bob, Dexlo, GD, everybody. Darkman, France Low. Shout out to everybody in the video. Shout out to Ed Lover in the video. Rest in peace, Auntie Kathleen. You don't know. We ready to rock and roll. Yeah. Hollow in the building. Shout out to Hollow.
Motherfucker, kid ass space. I'm allergic to failure. Dead
weight.
Saw you in the phone building, nigga scared straight. Out the blueprint. Just wait. First like motherfucker, clear ass space. Dead weight.
Yes, sir.
Nigga scared straight. Laid out the blueprint, nigga. Just wait. Know what it is, nigga. I'm back, United Connects out in Cuba. ULL taking over. Stepping on them like Prince Low, the dancer. We coming in like that blue pill enhancer. No pork, New York like Carmelo. Old school, we can scrap Coco and Canelo. Green, Bushwick, Palmetto. Shit changed with Mike Paul. Hit the ghetto. Trike, the embassy. St. John. SJP, you get the opposite of Matt Bond. No love and loyalty, I'd rather pay a lawyer fee. Fish scale, kept their fucking nose running. Had them running right back like homecoming. Niggas smiling your face but walking sideways. But we gon' rush the door like Black Friday. Still live in apartment, still reading nigga. And don't take it too personal, I'm just hitting nigga. They said Jesus was a threat to Rome, but Arthur had to fight for his father's throne. Now I'm in the zone, cause these niggas took a different route. When it comes to the mails, we don't give them out. You gotta earn them, my nigga. For the dead and niggas up north. Super trike head ripped from a different cloth. I'm about that life, nigga. Blue cross. Type jeans, nigga. No blouse first, you heard? Motherfucker, clear the ass.
Said no blouses, you heard?
Dead weight. Saw you in the phone building, nigga, scared straight. Laid out the blueprint, just wait. First like motherfucker, clear the ass space. I'm allergic to failure. Dead weight. Saw you in the phone building, nigga, scared straight. Laid out the blueprint,
nigga, just wait.
All I can do is love myself more anytime the haters hate. The champagne pour every time the waiters wait. Kid bags, rock flags, higher than your cable rate. Sitting in the Chevy, riding heavy like a paper chase. Feet up on the desk, feeling fresh like a paperweight. When I blaze the joint, I'm on point like a paper mate. So when I raise the stakes, I go amaze the place. My getaways from Jakes be Hemingways today. So save the phrase. I penetrate your database. Real G's, we don't text, we call it a face-to-face. The meetings I be making, I be seated next to Satan. I'm 7 in the heaven and you would never be relating. So cut the crap. Dick riders, hug the sack. Dice games, I up the stack. Trademark was up the back. I done cooked many gooses, so I'm chucking up the deuces. Yes, I boosted, and I don't fucking make no excuses. Before all the label whores call for the remedy. Back when the retail stores was the enemy. Nowadays you go to the mall with your family. Back in the days it was a horror like Amity. All out insanity. I represent for life. To catch the store sleeping, we even spend nights. First flight. Low. First flight, motherfucker, clear the airspace. I'm allergic to.
That's again, y'all can go on this platform. Y'all can get all the music, everything, all the videos. Crazy.
Expert lyricism.
Absolutely. That is finest, man.
Shout out to Big Boo.
Definitely shout out to the Watchtower, man. You know, one of the pioneers of not only the movement, but the movement. You know, from the job. Shout out to the Watchtower for really putting all this together for real. It's like the Lycans, man. You know,
right.
When they woke Michael up, man. You know,
that's right.
Like, yo, to sleep too long, man. You gotta get up and come regulate and regulate.
That's right.
You know, woke up before his time, but came back and sure enough, put everything back in order and paved the way for us to get money on legally.
Right.
You know, I definitely want to make sure he get his flowers, man.
I truly appreciate this, man. I truly appreciate this. Big up Flatbush. Big up the whole ULL. Big up all my crews and all the ULLs, you know, and all the low-life people out there. Everybody, my LP family. Big up everybody. Big up my whole Trinity crew. Big up the whole of Flatbush. Big up everybody. Resting in peace. You know, everybody, man. Star Low, Ski Black, Steamo, Sheena. You know, Wise, you know what I'm saying? Big up everybody that done passed away, you know what I'm saying? From the old Raisin, you know, Pumpkin. I learned about all these brothers. I feel obligated, you know, Marco Polo. These stories resonated with me. I got my own people that passed away, Dre, and you know what I'm saying, Zekwe, and, you know, a lot of people who's personal to me, you know? Big up Pepper Roots and my boy Prezi, who passed away just recently, and Mr. Phillips and Ricky. I got some people that's real close to me. Shizzle, my nizzle from 46, forever. That really are the people, Money Merce, forever, that have me on this mission. You asked me where the pain come from. Some of that pain come from losing some of the greatest people in my life that are no longer here with me to enjoy the ride, even though they're here with me in the spirit, of course. You can't kill energy, but not in the flesh. I can't smoke a spliff with Zeke no more. I can't take a drink with Ski no more. I can't laugh and joke with Shizzle no more. I can't build and argue over Biggie and Jay-Z with Merce. So I have to carry on this title for them. I gotta carry it until it's my turn to go, and then somebody else will carry it on for me. But while I'm here, I just wanted to give a shout out to my Perfect Appearance, Flatbush crew, Veggie Fusion, you know, all my businesses that support me. First Impression, Barbershop, Perfect Impression, Rick the Ruler in Bed-Stuy, you know, all the businesses, all who I didn't name, big up all you too. Super salute to everybody in my family. You know, all the Piers and all the Josephs, big everybody up.
All right. Well, being I got you here, right? It would be an honor. Shout out to Harry Jean Annette, man, the boss way. Hopefully she's still in the chat. She directly helped me with putting a dedication song together. I'm gonna drop that song, but you could do the remix and add the people that I didn't mention.
No problem. I'm working on so much projects right now. I got so much music on. I feel almost like Chevalier, or I feel like Mozart, the Black Mozart right now. I'm going crazy with music. I have so many different projects going on right now. So forgive me if I can't give all you a little taste or something just yet. But trust me, everything will be dropping in this first quarter right here in a matter of weeks that we speak, and everything will really be off and running by the time the Low Vest shoot comes out. March 28th. Make sure you're there. I will be there. March 28th starts the
Garden
campaign
House.
for this year.
All right, well, listen to this before you roll out.
Yeah. Big tune, big identification. Livication.
Dedication to all our angels up above. Dedication forever, your memories full of love. In every beat, in every song. You're with us still, you keep us strong. Boost and Millie always shining bright. Ski back, your laughter lit the night. Mr. Ass and your wisdom ran so deep. Wise low, your courage we still keep. Starlow dance like a blazing flame. Pumping joy, it echoes just the same. Marco Polo, you made life again. Forever in our hearts, your names remain. Through the skies, you guide our way. In our hearts, you'll always stay. Dedication. To all our angels up above. Dedication. Forever your memories full of love. In every beat, in every song. You're ever still, you keep us strong. Ninja move with silent grace. Sheena smile lit up the darkest place. Polo baby, your spirit was so free. Boosting care, you brought us unity. Steel mode, your energy still unique. To all our Lodies and Lodes, to the sky high. Dedication, all our angels up above. Dedication, forever your memories full of love. Every beat in every song.
Man, oh man, oh man. Super big.
Big tune, Levication. Yeah, I have a tune dropping called Fly High. It's dedicated to all those we lost. It's on the same vein as that. So that'll be out first quarter also. So look forward to that. Look forward to that dedication song. It's very important that we never forget where we come from and those fallen soldiers who helped pave the way, or else we won't know where we're going. And we also don't want nobody to forget us when we're gone. So it's a karma thing. You want people to remember you when you're gone, you got to remember those when they're gone too.
Absolutely. On that note, I need y'all to be the best you that you could possibly be. And we see each and every single one of y'all at the top. Salute.